Good afternoon. It is Sunday and it's Barbara, the East Coast Dragon Lady, coming to you with my weekly updates, some cards for the week, and what's been going on. So this is I felt like it was a completed first week, but it's only a few days ago. So already I feel like it's like the second or third week in January. So I don't know if that's going to continue through this year, but I kept thinking, wow, this is like the first week's over. And then I realized it was only the first on Wednesday. So, and I know for a lot of us, and I've seen a lot of people on Facebook, being the middle of the week was January 1st. It threw off and I took a couple of days off as well. So I was like completely turned around. I kept thinking Thursday was Tuesday, so you know how that goes. So we're stepping into the second week of January, and it's been a very, very interesting beginning of the year for me. I'd been feeling like there was something else coming in. I couldn't put my finger on it. So like I normally do, the dragons, if you've been following me on Facebook, the dragons have been very active with me, the chakra dragons, and we've been doing some deep dives, and I've been finding out some other things that I didn't know about chakras. So they're encouraging me to keep doing that. I'll be sharing in a minute what I thought I would do next week. But the one thing that really did surprise me was I kept hearing galactic chakra, and I then realized that it was the stellar gateway. So when I did the stellar gateway a couple of days ago, I immediately felt like that was connecting us, and I certainly know that, but I had that feeling of connecting us really out into the cosmos. And at the same time this was happening for me, I was being guided in a slightly different direction, which is exciting for me because it wouldn't have been something I would have thought to pursue. But I've been I feel like I've been gently guided, and it sort of connects with, and it will unfold for me, and I will bring you in as I understand more. I think I've told you before that I'm one of these people that when it's the right thing, I don't have second thoughts about what I'm doing. So I did post on my Facebook group about the 28-day challenge that was starting for deep coherence transcendence, DCT. So I've actually connected with the person that runs this. She's bringing this, it's really going out there. I know, I can't explain it yet. I will when I understand it. I do want her to come on my Dragon Hour to share this. I think it's really important work that she's been doing. It's really important that we also tap into, it's the Om presence. It's that deep, it's just connecting to the vibrations out there. I'm making it very simple. But I'm going to do the 28-day challenge. So every morning at 7 a.m., she'll be live on Facebook, live on some other things. If you're interested, you can click on the link on my Facebook page or connect with me. It will be recorded, but she's live streaming at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time each morning. And it's about 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes, I believe. So I'm really stepping into this. There's a few things that she wants me to learn. So as I do it, as I always do, the dragons are here. They're really excited because they're like, yes, this is the next step. This is the next step. So I will continue with the chakra dragons. What they've asked me to do for next week is to go back and start talking about each individual chakra again, but this time color and a meditation. It'll only be a short meditation. I found this on that I actually bought off I think it was eBay or Etsy, I think. So our base chakra is I am safe, centered, and grounded. And as we go up, each chakra will, so it starts at like the crown chakra. I know I am divine. I see, a third eye, trust my intuition. I speak, which is our throat chakra. I hear and speak my truth. And as you know, that's something I struggle with. Heart chakra, I love. I am worthy of love. Again, something I'm putting out there this year. I am powerful, strong, and confident, which is our solar plexus. And then I feel I am in touch with my feelings. So I will, I've actually found some books. I don't know if you're like me, but I also have some books that I have bought that I haven't really used. So I'm going to say I've got a whole book on chakra meditations and the book of chakra healing. And it doesn't even look like I probably flipped through it. I don't even know when I bought it. Probably when I was doing Reiki, I'm not sure. But I will dip into that. And I think what I was going to say, the big surprise to me was when I was looking for the galactic chakra, was this that I posted yesterday on Facebook. So our root chakra is Earth. It is represented by in the galaxies, represents grounding and stability. Moon, which is the sacral chakra, associated with emotions, intuition, and creativity. The sun, which is the solar plexus, is linked to personal power, self-esteem, and willpower. Sirius is the throat chakra, represents communication, self-expression, and spiritual awakening. And then Arcturus is the third eye, associated with intuition, insight, and higher states. And the crown chakra, they're saying, is the galactic center, connected to spiritual awareness, enlightenment, and unity with the cosmos. And understanding galactic chakras, the idea is that the celestial bodies transmit specific energies that resonate with our chakras, influencing our spiritual evolution and personal growth. By tuning into these energies, individuals can potentially balance and align their chakras, leading to greater harmony and spiritual awareness. So I think that will be another interesting thing to tap into, not just the chakras, but also tap into the planets associated with them and the beings that are associated with them, because I think that will give us, again, they're showing me again the chakra system, which they're sort of saying we're sort of tethered. Yeah, so they're showing me we're tethered to these planets from our chakras. And they're also reminding me that our chakras are front and back. So often, because we just see them represented at the front of the body, we forget that there's also the back of the chakras. So as I say, there's always something new to learn, and it's always exciting to me when I find what that thing was missing for me this year. So I will definitely be going on a journey into the Om presence, into the, I'll have some messages for that in a moment. So I thought I would pull us some cards for this week. What I'm also going to do with the, the two have already jumped out of my dragon cards, Grandmother Dragon and Merlin. Contemplate. Merlin's loving this, he's saying. He's like, I love it. I love it when people are looking for new things to read about, new things. He's saying it's not new for me, that this is just a remembering. that he's saying that the quantum field, which is what this omnipresence is not as mysterious as we think it is. And he's really excited. So I pulled the Merlin card, Contemplate, and the grandmother energy is here, which for me is always about bringing in those beautiful memories, maybe not always of grandparents, but it brings in the past memories. It's part of the divine feminine. So let me see if there's another dragon that wants to, oh, here it is. Oh, the ancient traveler dragon. You are moving in the right direction. So confirmation. Love that. So let's see what archangels want to work with us this week. So I was saying I'm going to put together a class with all these things that some that I know, some that are new to me, and I will be teaching that as it unfolds, and also as I have time to. I just knew I was waiting for something before I decided what direction I was going. And the dragons are telling me it's okay if I'm not out there in a business sense. They're saying this is really important for me to take this direction. So if you need as I'm talking about this, I should be selling myself as well. So this is something I can do for you as well. If things are coming up for you that you want further details on, if you want to connect to your dragon or your dragons, if you want to go deeper into connecting with your chakra dragons and what it means, just get in touch with me. We can always figure out what it is that you need. I obviously do oracle deck readings. I'm hoping to collaborate again with Dina and with at least Dina and I are going to collaborate on some things and hopefully bring you some other aspects of chakra, that energy. She's tapping into portals. So again, it goes along with the, so, you connect with people for a reason. So that's, there, I pulled those cards. So let's see what 3 archangels. There is Seraphil, heart devotion. Let the cup of your heart be filled through commitment and dedication. Sadiqio, karmic release. So always up for some karma releasing. It's time to release what's holding you back and step into a more radiant self. So I love these colors, love the purples as you can see. And then Metatron, Metatron. So he's connecting heaven, he's connecting, actually I'm hearing not just heaven to earth or earth to heaven, he's connecting us to the galactics. And so he's saying that there will be things revealed this year, that it isn't all hype, that those of us that connect anyway, it's no big surprise, but there is part of the earth is sort of resetting, and there's another part that's ascending. That's interesting, yeah. So he's showing me there's one part of people are resetting and settling in, and then there's this ascension that is happening, and we need that to connect with our galactic brothers and sisters and the brothers and sisters in light. And there's a lot of us that do, but it's going to be more of a reveal. And he said, yes, there's hype in your newspapers, on your TV, people writing about it. But the truth is that there will be some revealing this year. And people are going to be skeptical anyway. So interesting. Thank you, Metatron. So I like these cards that I did last time. It sort of gives us an idea of, I'm going to find where so this is got Sacred Soul. And I'm realizing as well that I was getting these, it was a good year, maybe it was this time last year, that a lot of stuff, a lot of my messages that I was getting was about connecting our souls. And now I understand why. I know that, you know, my look at connecting with other things, I mean, it's like we can try out other things, but it doesn't always mean that it's what we should do. And I thought the Akashic Records was something that I should do. And they were like, no. They've shown me some different ways that I can work with the Akashic Record through my chakra dragons and my main Akashic Record chakra dragon, that I can work with. I can go in with him for other people. But they're telling me that I know my soul path, so I don't need to. Oh, we're doing the dropping the cards again. So, closed-minded. So this Sacred Soul, unwilling to consider others' perspective or entertain new ideas. Be more open. Sometimes we have to sit and think about that. I would first of all say, I'm not closed-minded, but I do have expectations. I'm realizing that. It was funny, that should come up, expectations. Oh, here's the other one. I'm not doing too well here today, am I? Mental block. So here we go, mental block. So let me give you one more before I talk about my dating, not dating. Mysterious shift. Personal growth can happen quickly and in ways you may not initially understand. This one clearly is for me because I didn't understand. I'm beginning to understand. I just knew there was something else. That's all I can say, something else coming in. But going back to these closed-minded and mental blocks, I would be the first person to say, no, I'm not closed-minded. No, I don't have mental blocks, but I do. And I have discovered this by, I know I shared with you that I was dipping my toes into the dating world again. Well, those of you who have contacted me, you know, you all know how it goes. I'm still amazed, and I'll probably talk about this forever. I'm still amazed that, I'm going to say people, because I'm not even sure that it's men, but there are profiles on dating apps, and you think you're talking to somebody who's interested, and it's such a time waster because, you know, the minute that you suggest, well, how about, so this is where I feel that I've got the block because I'm scared of being scammed. I was definitely catfished in the beginning, which means that somebody led me on and I believed that he was who he said he was. And then when it came to, this is what's happened to me again, when it came to, well, let's meet, we set a date and a time. And then when it was like we were meant to meet on a Saturday for coffee, and he'd said the night before, oh, we must meet for coffee sometime. And I'm like, what? We're meant to be meeting today. And then when I called him out on it, he was like, we never set that up. So I'm like, yeah, okay, I don't need that, thank you, in my life. And similar has happened, and I really thought that this person, again, was real. But then there's a couple of things that started, like very early on. He wanted to connect off the site, which they tell you not to. And I said I would prefer not to. And then I suggested, because I was beginning to feel that this person wasn't real, and when I suggested, well, why don't we meet for coffee? Because you've been talking about, oh, we must meet, we must meet, we must meet. So how about Saturday? He lived a couple of towns away from me. So I'm like, where is there that do you know of any coffee places? And his response was, oh, I'm going out of town on Monday. And I'm like, what's that got to do with us having coffee? So I called him out on it. And he then said, well, I didn't read it all, because I was like, I'm not even going to get into a pissing contest with people. Like, if you want to meet somebody, then, you meet them. I'm not getting any younger. I'm not in high school. I don't need to do any of that. Well, he said, she said, that. But, be honest. So I've got till, and I think this is ironical, that my membership runs out on February 14th. So I will try with a different frame of mind. Because I do think that it's the frame of mind we're in, because I'm thinking nobody's real, nobody's going to come through, because that's what's happened to me before. And then it's going to be like February 14th to come, and I'm going to be off there, and I'm going to be like, no, not doing this anymore. So, I've shared this. I've been divorced 24 years. I was married 24 years. I've had a couple of relationships in the past, or sort of after my divorce, but at least for the last 10 years, I've not at all not had any interest. And again, I was just getting the nudge for maybe I should be dipping my toes in, but that might just be that I felt pressure from somewhere. I don't know. But anyway, I won't worry about that. But it's interesting that those come through. So I think the reason I told you that story is I do have a mental block. And sometimes when we say, no, I don't have mental blocks, no, I'm open, we might be closed-minded. And that's really about self-sabotage is what I'm hearing. It's like, well, I'll try it, but it's not going to work. It's like, I'm going to do this, but that. But having talked about success, so we're how many days in? We're 5 days into January. I did decide to, I'm not going to say diet, but I joined Weight Watchers again. It's been the only thing that's ever really helped me by writing down everything. I have dropped some weight, which is good. But the reason I started doing it was because the dragons were saying, you need to watch what you're eating. You need to shake your body up. And I've been exercising almost every day. I'm up to 30 minutes of doing walk at home. It's been really cold here, and I find when I go out and walk in the real cold, it affects my breathing. So I have had, I don't know if I still got it, angina. I'm on medication for that, and I think the cold is just like too much, and I'm getting old. So I do walk at home, but I'm up to 30 minutes a day, which puts my pulse rate up. I sweat, so it's all good. So I'm shaking up those chakras. I'm shaking up my system. I'm really watching what I'm eating, what's going into my body. I'm excited for this month to see where the next 30 days of doing this challenge takes me. And yeah, that's what's happened for me. But I do think that for all of us, we need to be thinking about ourselves. I think I'm definitely putting myself first. One of my mantras is I'm stepping into my new life and growth. I had growth for last year. So if you've got a word or words, I've got a whole lot more. I keep writing lists of what it should be, but something will stick eventually. Last year I had growth. So let's see. The ancient traveler dragon. This is all about us moving in the right direction. It's beginning of the year, so I see it as like a springboard. We're jumping off. So that's, I like this card. I like them all. It's my oracle deck. The grandmother dragon is really bringing us that warmth of grandparents, of our ancestors, and memories of our childhood. Sometimes it's good to remember when you're a kid, right? The good memories. And then Merlin the dragon, contemplate. Merlin is front and center for me this year, I think. He certainly, as you know, he gave a message last week. Contemplate, which is really about us stopping and thinking before we take the next step, is what I'm hearing. Metatron is about bringing heaven to earth, is bringing the galaxies down to us and us to our brothers and sisters. And as he said, there is some hype, but some of it is real. So he's talking about discernment as well, which is a, so what is he saying? So Merlin's talking as well. He says discernment, like we need to know, we need to take what we hear in the media and decide on whether it's true or not. And that if you have discernment, you can see that. For me, I've been given some of those. I've certainly been given the gift of in written words, and this may be why, so I'm analysing myself now, it may be why I want people to write things down, because a couple of years ago I was given the gift of seeing the energy behind people's words, which was sad in some ways, because I can see whether people are genuine or not. So I think that's part of that discernment, right? So we need to see it written down. That's what I'm hearing. Don't always take what you hear, but look at what is written down, the written word, and then discern whether it's for you or not, because it is for some people and it isn't. I'm not getting any arguments this year with anybody about politics or what's real, what's not real. I will decide, right? So there we go, see? Zedekiel, karmic release. Like always, it really is good for us to release all those things that have got stuck on us over the years. A lot of it is still ancestral. I think for most of us, we have karmic, ancestral stuff that we need to release, and that's going to be a year of it. Starting the end of January is the year of the snake, and that is going to be, so a lot of this that I've been doing around chakras is, you know, the Kundalini energy is at the base of our spine. So, you know, by the time the end of January comes, I may be talking about something completely different, because it's my year as well. I was born in the year of the snake. It's that curled up energy at the base of our spine that is going to be released, and a lot of people are going to awaken, and this is part of our ascension, but there's going to be a lot of people releasing a lot of stuff. So we need to have that discernment, because there's going to be, you know, a lot of people angry, a lot of people, and they won't know why. They just know they're angry and things will piss them off. But it's going to be this releasing of the Kundalini energy that is, as it travels through our body, it's going to clear out. Like literally, it's like a good clear out. And it's coming from the base up and out. So, you know, stand back. And then Seraphil, heart of devotion. So heart and crown chakra, heart and third eye. Let the cup of your heart be filled through commitment and dedication. So that is, I think, for me, it's, I think I found what I'm committing myself to this year. And dedication, I think, speaks to itself. When you found that thing, whether it's, you know, on your spiritual path, whether it's in your everyday life, whether it's in your job, I know for me there are going to be changes this year. I've been checking out all different what people have been predicting on YouTube. So I've listened to a couple of people that predict, you know, predictions for the year or your horoscope for the year, and there are changes for me, like different parts of next year, and they all seem to be saying the same. So, and I sort of know that. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to be on an interesting ride this year. It's not as fast, and I've certainly heard other people say that it's not, we came out of the gate, whoosh, we came out of the gate at a slower pace, which is good for me, because that gives me a headache sometimes when we do that too fast. But it's going to be the slow and steady, that pace, not whoosh. It's interesting. So I hope that everybody has a good week. I know some parts of the country have had snow. We've got it really cold. Take care out there. If you want to connect with me, you can reach me through my website, which is www.eastcoastdragonlady.com, or you can email me at eastcoastdragonlady@gmail.com. I'd love to connect with you. I'd love to do a reading for you, connect with your chakra dragons. Let me know what I can do to help. Or if you just want to talk something over, I'm still doing my 45-minute clarity call. If you just want to chat about something, I'm open to that. So yeah, look at my website. I still haven't changed anything yet, because it's been slow for me to come in and to know what I'm going to commit to and what I'm not going to commit to. So, oh yes, the other thing was I met one of my dragons, and he kept telling me his name was Ripple, which was sort of fitting for the time. But it made so much sense when I was learning, talking to somebody about this on-presence and transcendental stuff, because it's a ripple out into the world. So I think this is my dragon for this work is Ripple. He's going to be one of the galactic dragons, because he sees that everything we do and that as we connect, this is what he's showing me, as we connect, it ripples out. So that's a good ending. Have a good week, and I'll be back soon.